Brad Johnson, you and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers just won your first Super Bowl. What are you going to do next?
We're going to Disney World!
It's a Super Bowl tradition, and last night John Gruden and Brad Johnson answered Disney's call. John Gruden almost looks like a character there, doesn't he? Brad Johnson, though, is a big reason for the Bucs' success this season, and earlier today I spoke to him via satellite to get his thoughts on last night's historic win. Brad Johnson, what can you say but congratulations, you just won the Super Bowl. It's got to be a dream come true. How long have you been dreaming and thinking about this day?
Oh, I think ever since I was a little bitty kid, and I've watched so many Super Bowls on TV, and I've tried to emulate all the quarterbacks that have ever played in it, and you know, from your dreams, you know, all the way through high school and college, and now this is my 11th year in the NFL, and 9 of those teams have been to the playoffs. But to make a run like we did this year was a special year, and to have the year we had, you know, we obviously set the franchise record for the Bucs, winning 12 games, and then to win throughout the playoffs like we did in San Fran, Philly, and then yesterday in the actual Super Bowl against Oakland, it is a dream come true.
Tampa Bay is sitting here waiting anxiously for the team's return. The team's going to be back tonight. Obviously, you're not going to be with the team tonight, but if you could say one thing to these fans in Tampa Bay, speak to them directly if you would right now. What would you say if you were in that stadium tonight?
Well, let me tell you what, when I came back just from the Philly game the other night, and for a week ago, it was an incredible feeling. Just you know, my heart was pounding, and to know that the Buc fans, how much they really care and how much they've enjoyed the season and what we've accomplished is amazing. I'm gonna miss tonight, but I'm catching the red eye, and I'll be back for the parade tomorrow.
All right, we're going to miss you, but boy, certainly a magnificent performance. We're all proud of you. We look forward to your return. Again, congratulations, you Super Bowl champion. Enjoy your day at Disneyland, I see behind you.
Thank you. It's an awesome feeling, and I want to make sure you work hard in the offseason to get back to this point, hopefully next year.
Tonight, the celebration moves from Qualcomm Stadium to Raymond James Stadium as fans get ready to welcome home our Super Bowl champs. Good evening, everyone. I'm Keith Cate.
And I'm Stacy Scheibel. Bob and Gail are off. Our top story tonight, the Bucs come back to Tampa.
Bucs fever is everywhere. People here in the Bay Area and in San Diego are on cloud 9 following last night's historic win. Today, fans waited for Coach Gruden and the team inside the hotel just to show their excitement for the Bucs' first ever Super Bowl victory. And in the Bay Area, fans are lining up to buy the Bucs Super Bowl merchandise. Locker room T-shirts and Super Bowl caps are the hot sellers. Many fans took off from work just to get in line for a chance to own a little piece of history and show off the championship team colors. You really do. You just want to be first. The wait time, though, at the booth set up at Raymond James Stadium was 45 minutes to an hour long. At Buccaneer Heaven in North Tampa, bundled up fans lined up hours before the doors opened.
And we are the bomb. We beat them like they never been beat before. And you know what? We're going to do it again next year.
See, you got to look ahead. Official Super Bowl Bucs shirts are going for $21 to $25. Caps will cost you $26 to $35, depending on where, of course, you buy those items.
And the Super Bowl celebration, it's hardly begun. We still have 2 days ahead of us. The excitement for the win is going to continue for a long time to come. And tonight we have 8 on Your Side team coverage. Diane Pertmer will have a preview of tonight's celebration at the stadium. But first, Marcia Crawley will look at traffic and parking for tonight's big homecoming extravaganza. Marcia?
Well, Stacy, it's been a deafening sound of car horns out here all afternoon. The roads are definitely electric with enthusiasm, but they are also a bit crowded. We got here around 3 o'clock and people were already pouring into the stadium area at that time. We're on Himes, just across from lot 6D, where folks can park in the stadium area. And this roadway was very crowded earlier, but things have improved tremendously as of about 20 minutes ago when parking attendants opened the lots to the stadium area early. That's about 20 minutes early. They were due to open at 6. Let me give you a quick rundown now of where you can park if you are headed down here to Ray J. Keep in mind, all the parking is free, so don't let little money stop you from coming on in. Lots 1 and 2 off Martin Luther King Boulevard are available. Lots 6D and 6, that's where we are, off Himes. Lot C for the disabled, just east of the stadium area. Lot 9 off Del Mabry, and all of the Tampa Bay Center area parking lots have been open all day. Let's head now to a shot from Eagle 8 where you can get a better bird's eye view of this entire area. The worst congestion earlier, as I said, was here along Himes when cars were getting stopped at by the stoplights. But since those stadium gates have opened, the roadways have improved quite a bit. Even Del Mabry was looking good a little earlier, and I can see it from here where I am on the ground, and it looks good now. We should tell you about a couple of road closures. At 7:30, Himes is due to close between Tampa Bay Boulevard and MLK. And Tampa Bay Boulevard is now closed and has been for a few hours between Dale Mabry and Himes. If you're not going to Raymond James Stadium, it might be a good idea to stay off Himes in the area of the stadium. But we talked to quite a few people earlier who aren't letting a few traffic snarls stop them.
Going to see the Bucs.
No mind all this traffic?
No, to hell with the traffic, just the Bucs.
Why'd you decide to come down here in this mess?
Because we're champs. Gotta get them.
Some people sitting home would say, why bother with them?
But we knew they was going to bring that banner home.
First time. I mean, you just never get a chance to do this again.
No, once in a lifetime deal.
One thing you don't want to do is try to park your car along the shoulders of the roads. Tampa police officers are there and they will make you leave. The best place to be is inside the stadium tonight. Back to you.
And you still have time to get out there. Thanks, Marcia. Now we want to switch to Diane Pertmer. She is also at Raymond James with more on tonight's big celebration. Diane?
You know, all those thousands of people Marcia was talking about, they will be able to come into the Raymond James Stadium here in about 45 minutes. The Tampa Sports Authority representatives tell me that they will only enter through the gates on the west side of the stadium, only that side. The seats on that side will fill up first. The overflow will end up in the east stands. A representative of the Sports Authority also tells me that no one will be allowed in the luxury suites, the club seats, or on the lounge level. Well, that means a lot fewer people can be in this stadium than normally show up on game day. And so to compensate, a lot of folks began lining up this afternoon to claim their place very early. 27 years of dreaming ends with this vivid reality. After 27 years of waiting, fans figured what's a few more hours to celebrate the Buccaneers' return.
I'm still kind of in disbelief. I mean, I haven't been a Bucs fan for a real long time, but in the past couple of years that I've been watching and learning about football and stuff, this has been an incredible high.
Janice Van Scooten showed up about 2 o'clock outside Raymond James Stadium with her family. Henry Burnt left nothing to chance and arrived about 10 a.m. to make sure he could get in.
We figured we either come to this or the parade. I'd rather come here, go in the stadium.
Fans aren't exactly sure what they'll see, only that they want to witness history.
So
go off work to be here today?
This is my supervisor right here, so I guess it's okay for me to be here today.
Can I have someone?
Concessionaires can't keep up with demand for championship merchandise, and the steep prices aren't scaring off buyers. Dean Stubbs dropped $200 on hats.
Yeah, they made it to the Super Bowl, and they won the Super Bowl. $200, it's nothing. I mean, you wait 27 years to win the Super Bowl.
That is music to the Glazers' ears. Again, the gates open here for people to come inside the Ray J about 6:45.
Thousands are pouring into Raymond James Stadium right this very minute to welcome home their conquering heroes. The Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers are almost home. Good evening, I'm Keith Cate.
And I'm Stacy Scheibel. Thank you for joining us for this News Channel 8 special presentation, The Homecoming. And take a look at the wild scene inside Raymond James Stadium. Thousands of fans are making their way inside right now. You can see the gates open about 45 minutes ago, and plenty of folks hoping to get in there before the plane actually lands.
Wow, look at all of those screaming fans. The stadium holds some 65,000. I think they're going to maybe at least fill half of it tonight. We have 8 on your side team coverage. Rod Challenger is at Tampa International Airport awaiting the team's arrival. Diane Pertmer is at Ray J with the fans, and so is Mark Douglas.
But we're going to begin tonight with Rod Challenger. He is live at the airport.
Good evening, Stacy. Preparations underway for the team's arrival here at Tampa International Airport about a half an hour from now. Their charter jet, a Boeing 777, left San Diego about 3:45 our time this afternoon. Right now, behind me, we see a fire truck. It's going to be getting into position. Several fire trucks out here are going to be putting a stream of water up into the air to welcome the plane home. The jet's going to be driving right underneath it as it pulls up to the airside A4 here at Tampa International Airport. But the players will not be going inside the terminal building at all. They're going to be coming down stairs both at the front and rear of the plane onto the tarmac, and then they'll be boarding some buses to go over to the stadium. Again, they're expected here about a half an hour from now, and preparations well underway with emergency vehicles, security very tight here at the airport, fire department trucks moving into position. It should be quite a welcome home here at the airport, but of course the big celebration comes over at the stadium.
Yeah, so far everything on time, it looks like, Rod. No delays. We're still looking at about 8 o'clock with the arrival.
That's right. Again, they left about 3:45 our time. For a while, it looked like they might be getting in here a little bit before 8. Now they're telling us 8 o'clock sharp. Before they come here, they are going to do a flyover over the stadium.
We want to go to Judd Chapin. We understand the team plane is about to make a flyover over the stadium. Judd, do you have the plane in sight yet?
The world champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers are coming up Dale Mabry as we speak. They just went over the top of MacDill Air Force Base. You see their lights. They're coming up about Gandy Boulevard right now. They should be over the stadium within about 2 minutes, or maybe even less. He's got this thing really cooking. He's at about 1,500 feet. The entire team is on board. The stadium is lit spectacularly. They've even opened the upper deck at the stadium, which they weren't going to do. Traffic is still coming in, and everybody on Dale Mabry is going to be able to see this airplane. You don't ever see an airliner, a full-size airliner, coming down at 1,500 feet up the Dale Mabry. He's coming in from the south. What you're seeing is, well, we've lost him here.
Well, he's over there to your right there, Judd, and I guess you have to have permission for this plane to come this close. I'm sure they arranged that ahead of time.
Well, we kind of did this last week, and all the media aircraft and the police have all moved over to the airport. We're hovering over the closed runway so that we're out of his way so he can safely make this trip and get this welcome coming back in. They're going to be amazed. It looks almost like a regular football game with the number of people that are down there, so this is going to be quite a sight for that team. Right now he's crossing Henderson and coming up on Kennedy. He's slowing it way down. He's a lot slower than I thought he was going to be, just so everybody has a chance to see him.
So, Judd, you know, when as we look at this, there we see some shots from inside the stadium. We have to remember that these men, these 53 individuals, their wives and family, they're like regular Joes. They have their video cameras, as we saw with Rondé Barber when he had his camera, and we were looking at his highlights. They're just like the rest of us. They have memories. They want to keep these memories.
Oh, sure.
When they fly over that stadium tonight, you can bet that every camera that's available on that plane is pointed out towards that stadium so that they can see what kind of reception they're getting from the fans who've supported them for 27 years, and to culminate with this just grandiose.
They just crossed the interstate. He's at 12 o'clock. He's coming right at us. He's crossing Boy Scout. He should be over the stadium in about 10 seconds. And we're at the same height, about 1,500 feet. You can see all these lights flashing. The stadium's coming into view.
There it is. There it is.
There's your flyby.
And from inside looking out, hopefully they know this is coming.
Listen to that crowd.
There it is.
There they go. He's starting to back around. He's making a turn. They'll swing out over downtown, circle downtown, and come back in. And they should be on the ground within about 10 minutes, probably 15 to 20 minutes up to the gate.
So by 8:30, we're guessing they will be inside that stadium as the fans continue to pour in. We see now that almost half the upper level is full too, Judd.
That's correct. They started letting them in. You know, earlier they told us they were not going to open the upper deck, but now He's circling back around. They can still see him.
Oh, that's great.
Well, they probably can't believe it because, as we saw before, they were looking over going, we can't believe it, we can't believe it. And there were only about 25 to 30,000 fans max at that time. And here you're looking at a stadium that holds 65,000. And it's
gym on the stadium.
So close to being filled to capacity. And that's just what's inside. I'm sure there are still a lot of people outside that stadium waiting to get in.
Microphone. We're trying to get Jim back around to the camera. You've got it right there. They've got about another quarter of a mile of taxiway before they get to the water cannons. But even the tower here has told us to get our camera turned around for the water cannon and not miss it. So everybody's really excited about this. It's something you almost never ever see is a water cannon welcome for an airliner.
No.
You see it for ships, but not for airplanes.
Well, we have Diane Pertmer in the stadium right now, and Judd, you just keep your shot because I think the fans there are watching yours. And Diane, I guess we can see on the monitor up there. Now we see you. What's it like right there as this plane comes in?
It was unbelievable. I don't think a lot of people in the stadium knew what they were looking at. Everybody on the field could see over the edge of the stadium that it was a very low-flying, large plane, and everybody started pointing, but they never announced to the crowd that, in fact, that was the team plane. It didn't matter. Everybody was dancing and singing and waving their fingers at the video screen.
Hey, Diane.
Behind me, you can see they're all still waiting.
Yeah, Diane, we're going to interrupt you a second because the plane's actually going through this this dedication spraying right now.
The water archway that 2 fire trucks have put together there. A little hard to see in the dark of night, but I'll guarantee you those players saw every bit of that.
Okay, sorry to interrupt you, Diane. Go ahead. We just wanted to make sure you knew what was taking place there. There you see the spray from the cannons.
You know, Judd was talking about this being a very rare occasion. I've only ever heard of it one time, and that was when the commanding general down at MacDill flew his last flight.
There it is, guys. She's coming through the water.
Diane, we're going to interrupt and go to Judd and Rod Challenger, who's on the ground there watching this. Rod?
7-7, the biggest plane in the Continental Fleet, carrying the Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers, going through the water archway put out there by 4 fire trucks from the Tampa International Airport Fire Department. It's going to get very, very loud here in a moment as these big jets come towards us and the plane turns around to come up to the airside at gate A4. Several hundred airport employees are down there at the airside. They have been practicing their Tampa Bay cheer. So as soon as those players get off the plane, they're going to be welcoming them home with a Tampa Bay airport, a Tampa International Airport welcome as well. 6 buses on the ground waiting to take the players to Raymond James Stadium. There are a number of trucks out here as well to carry the baggage. Not sure how long it's going to take once they depart that plane before they can get on the buses and get moving over there. Last week it took about 20 minutes after the plane came in before they were able to leave the stadium. But the jet now pulling up to the gate.
Well, I don't know who has the plane next, but it's going to be cleaned and ready to go based upon the spray that we just saw there, Rod.
They'll have to work on the inside, perhaps, after that long flight. But this is so exciting to see it pull up. We see the folks waiting there. Not a huge crowd, but an airport crowd nonetheless. I see them right in front.
Just opened the back door of this 777, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Super Bowl champions, now getting off that plane to thunderous applause from the airport employees that have been gathered here patiently waiting out in the cold on the tarmac. The players coming down the stairs right now that you can see. There's a line of well-wishers at the bottom of the stairs greeting them. The players appear to be very, very enthusiastic, smiling, waving to the crowd. Very, very pleased to be back here in Tampa, I am sure. Anxious to get over to Raymond James Stadium. It's going to take a while for them all to get off the plane. The plane also had coaches and staff members on board as well. This is a very large airplane with a lot of people on board. The players, after they get off those...
Right now, what you're hearing is the sound of 65,000 Tampa Bay cheerleaders cheering their world champion Buccaneers. Who would have thought I could have said that statement? Now we're looking at the Jumbotron behind me. The buses apparently right outside of the stadium. You can see in the foreground the fans waving and the buses pulling in. They are just going crazy.
Wow.
Well, I know we're looking down at you from Eagle 8 right now, and we can see all of the people, and I'm sure they're looking at the buses just chomping at the bit.
They're starting to
unload. It looks to me as though they're going to drive right through the tunnel there, or they're getting off, I suppose. I'll put my glasses on for a better view. Okay,
well, they're going to get as close as they can, and then they're going to get off of that bus and walk them in. And there you see Malcolm Glazer.
It's going to be hard to contain these fans, I can tell you that. I think we're going to see a few of them jumping over the edge here as the Buccaneers come in. This is just an unbelievable moment. This is going to be that's what the fans told me earlier today. They would not have missed this for the world, he said.
Hey, Mark, we're watching right now. We see the Glazers here, the three sons I saw a moment ago, Joel and Brian, his dad, Malcolm, all of them just getting off that bus. That almost looks like Coach Gruden, but I believe he's in the limo.
Well, they said he was in the limo, but
that looked like Rondé.
It's hard to say.
The report of the cannons going off. Usually that only happens for a touchdown. I guess that means the team has touchdown itself. There's a shot of the cannons on the Jumbotron, and
here they come.
Sounding across the stadium.
Oh,
here they come.
Here comes Malcolm Glazer with that Lombardi trophy held high.
Look at that. What a sight.
What a sight.
What a sight.
Malcolm Glazer holding the
unbelievable moment at Raymond James Stadium. Who in the world would have thought we'd be watching this tonight? Simply incredible. I've been to a couple football games here this year, and some real highlight moments, and I don't think I've ever heard this stadium as wild as it is at this moment. Malcolm Glazer holding that trophy high above his head with a grin from ear to ear. I don't think there's a happier man alive than that guy out there tonight.
Bought the team in 1995, dreaming of this moment, and here it is.
It's John Gruden, dressed like he just got back from San Diego. Maybe they forgot to tell him it's cold back home, but he doesn't seem to mind the chill tonight.
I didn't know they had that many cannon fires to sound off there at Raymond James Stadium. It's been nonstop blasting since the time those buses arrived. And there you see some of our players. Well, we're just soaking it in with you, Mark, and I know Diane Pertmer's out there with you, and Yolanda Fernandez. We have cameras covered at every angle of the stadium, as well as over the stadium with Judd Chapin, as we watch these players arrive home to a hero's welcome, a team that did something that for 27 years no other group of football players could do, and that's not only win the championship, but to win the Super Bowl itself. And all of the world is going to get a glimpse of this. You think ESPN and all the sports shows that are out there tonight aren't going to have video of this welcome home celebration? I think not. This is going to be something the world will see, and they will be saying no longer that Tampa Bay is the losing town. This is a town of champions.
Right, and you can expect to see some of the starting players coming up here shortly. They were in the limos at the end. Of course, they're going to get the grand entrance and get all of them up on the podium, and I can imagine we're going to hear a few speeches here in just a few minutes.
You know,
there's John Gruden.
What you're also seeing tonight are a lot of folks wearing the orange that they acquired many years ago when this team was not the team that it is today. They're making a statement of their own that they were here during those dog days, and they're here tonight. They've waited a long time to savor this moment.
And Mark, we're going to break away for just a moment because Diane Pertmer is standing in a spot where the players are walking by here right now. Diane, I can't imagine the excitement.
Actually, it's so loud, Stacy. I'm losing contact with you all. This has been tremendous down here. The players are arriving on this field with a look of, they look, quite frankly, quite stunned and also just soaking in as tonight. Some of them, of course, as you mentioned, have their video cameras.
Boy, Diane, if you're saying something at this point, you're being drowned out by the most heartwarming cheer you can stand if you're a Buccaneer fan, and that's that Tampa Bay cheer that everyone's been doing.
I believe that's Rich McKay, the general manager, holding the Vince Lombardi trophy right now. They're taking turns waltzing around with that. What an honor. Just something all of them dreamed about touching.
Especially Rich McKay, who even when we had no coach last year, some rumors were swirling that we could even lose him as our general manager, and yet here he is, the orchestrator of bringing in a coach who changed an entire franchise. Yeah, and there's the introduction to Gene Deckerhoff, the play-by-play announcer for your Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Boy, don't think he's not excited about this.
Hello,
guy.
Buccaneers!
We want to let you take a
Buccaneer
listen.
fans, say hallelujah! We are the champions of the world! Thank you for coming to this special occasion. The stadium's a sellout, but it always is. It feels like Monday Night Football. On the stage, your favorite football team, your favorite coach, your favorite owner. Welcome, Mr. Malcolm Glazer, owner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
What a coach. We got the greatest coach in the whole world. We got the best fans. We got the best fans in the whole world. We got the best team in the whole world. Go Bucs! Go Bucs! Go Bucs! Go Bucs! And now it's here. The dream is here. Go Bucs! Go Bucs!
Malcolm Glazer, owner of our Buccaneers, thank you very much for all your efforts. You brought a champion to Tampa Bay. Fire them cannons! 11 months ago, John Gruden became our head coach. Coach, you're the champion of the world.
Hey, we love you, Tampa. All I can say is, we love you. I'd like you to join me tonight saying this. Pound that rock! 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 Hey, this is for you, our great players. You ain't seen nothing yet, Tampa. We love you. Thank you.
All right, Coach. Job well done. We're the champs. Let's bring some of the players up here. What do you say, Bucs fans? Let's meet some players. Johnny Lynch, John Lynch, Derek Brooks, come on up here.
We did it, Tampa. We come a long way. And now we're number one. Warren Sapp.
Thank you. And it's in his rightful place home.
Derek Brooks.
Thank y'all for coming out. We love y'all. We are world champs, baby.
No doubt, baby. We definitely represent the people, and the people definitely representing us.
So let's represent all night, baby.
What's up,
MVP,
Tampa?
Dexter Jackson!
MVP! Oh, boy. Oh, boy. First of all, I want to say thanks to you guys because none of this is possible without you guys. Thank you. And, you know, we want to do this thing for the city of Tampa. It's been tough these last couple of years. I haven't been here that long, but I heard the guys like Sapp, Lynch, and Brooks, they're telling me what they've been through trying to change this franchise around. And I was one of the young guys who was able to come in when these guys had changed the format of this team. And I just came in to try to plug in where I was needed and help this team win. And this Super Bowl is for the city of Tampa. All right, Tampa Bay. Here's my coach. I feel like this is my co-MVP. He's another defensive back. He also had 2 picks, Dwight Smith.
First off, we'd like to thank everybody for coming out. And don't think this is it. We'll be back next year doing the same thing. All right.
That's right.
All right. Mike Allstott, number 40, the A-Train.
Hey, let's get it going, huh? Hey, listen up. Champions, 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 champions. Tampa, this is for you, baby. Love you.
Allstott up the gut, touchdown Tampa Bay. Now, Bucs fans, ladies and gentlemen, how many of you have been season ticket holders since 1976? Raise your hands, be proud. 27 years ago, this franchise began. We didn't play in this great stadium. We didn't have the greatest of football teams, but a guy that's been here since day one was the son of our first head football coach. He is our general manager. He is Rich McKay. He's here today.
Hey, we've been through a lot. It was a long journey, but the journey was made possible only by one group of people, and that's you. Thank you. Hey, we gotta get Kip up here.
All right.
Here's the best coordinator in the NFL, Monty Kiffin.
Oh, Monty.
Listen up now. I want to hear it one time. Defense, defense, Steve. Hey. Hold on. I want to pass this on to our defensive line coach, our assistant head coach, the greatest defensive line coach in the history of football, Rod Marinelli.
All right.
Get a rush! That's all we gotta do. There you go, baby. Let's go on the big
Come here. You gotta have a foot in football. Martin Gramatica, Automatica.
Hey, this is better than any World Cup I would have dreamed of having, and I'm very happy that we're here, and it's for everybody here. Thank you.
All right. Remember Philadelphia. They'll never forget Randy Barber.
Hey, I want y'all to listen to me. I don't have much to say. I just want you to keep the party alive, baby. We'll find a way to celebrate.